Hi, I'm Kevin Beasley from Canada in the Rough. Today I'm going to take a moment to talk to you about the gear that I take on a do-it-yourself moose hunt or a guided moose hunt. Here at Canada in the Rough we do a lot of moose hunts. This fall we're actually going to do 5 of them. So I'm getting excited for this fall to get out there on these moose hunts. So what I've done is I've packed up a fair bit of my gear that I'm going to be taking with me, and I'm going to take a moment and just explain to you the reasons that I take this gear with me so that it'll help you on your next moose hunt. So first off, we're going to start with the firearm. This firearm is a 30-06 caliber. I have shot 90% of my moose with this caliber. A lot of people will say it's too small of a caliber, but I say it definitely isn't. What you got to make sure is when you're using a 30-06, you got to buy really good ammunition for it, and a 180 grain bullet is what I use for. So I use a 30-06 with this ammunition right here, 180 grain bullet, and it will put a moose down very quickly. The next thing I take with me that this never doesn't go with me, this is my shooting sticks. A lot of people say, well, a moose is huge, why would I need shooting sticks? Well, to me, you spend a lot of money going on these moose hunts. This is almost like an insurance policy for you. To carry these around, they're very light, they're easy to set up, and it just makes sure that you get a solid shot on them. Next, we're going to talk about our boots that we take. So, on almost every one of my moose hunts, I'm almost always in rubber boots. There's the odd time that I will be in hikers, but rubber boots are key for most moose hunts. Most moose hunts are done around water, and so a good pair of rubber boots, a lot of times I'll take 2 rubber boots instead of a rubber boots and a hiker, because I'm in rubber boots that often. But if I am going to take a nice hiker, I like something nice and light, that's waterproof, that's not going to get you wet, and those are the 2 boots that I will take on my hunts with me. So in moose season, the weather is up and down from high temperatures to low temperatures. So you gotta take a lot of clothing for moose hunts. So what I always take is, I always take a nice pair of long john gear. Long johns are super important. I usually have them on so that first thing in the morning when it's those cold mornings, I have it packed in, and then I can take some things off. So a lot of layers. Layering system is really key. So another nice light shirt. This one's a little camouflaged on it. Next one's a nice hoodie that you can wrap yourself up in, got close up into your neck, keep yourself warm. But these are all layers that we can take off. The outer layers that I wear quite often is a nice light pant and top. So this is the outer gear for me. It's nice and thin and light, breaks the wind down, doesn't allow the wind through it. That's the jacket I'll wear with that. But then, like I said, because you never know in the north where most of our moose hunts are, is what the temperature is going to be. So I will always actually pack myself my winter gear as well. You just never know, and a lot of times on these moose hunts it's windy too, so the wind chill's there. So I will always pack some heavy gear that is going to keep me warm. The jacket goes with me on every one of these hunts as well, and just so we're prepared, you never know what Mother Nature's going to throw at you. Next is my toque. Always take that on every one of my hunts. It goes with me. A nice light pair of gloves. I do quite often take a heavier pair of gloves as well, but I find at least if you have a light pair, you can always put your hands in your pocket to help keep your hands warm. Here's another thing that goes with me on every one of my hunts. This goes with me. No matter if it's a spring black bear hunt that the temperatures are warm or things like that, this goes with me. This is just something that you can put over your head. You put it around your neck, and then it's got these the strap here that you can tighten and loosen, and you can tighten it up around your neck and things like that, just help keep you warm. So that's another key thing. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go through my backpack. We're going to pull everything out of my backpack, and I'm going to show you the things that I take there. First off, we've got a headlamp. I find it always important to have a headlamp with me. I actually bring a handheld flashlight as well, but this is just important to have so that if you need both your hands available. And these flashlights are incredible now. They've got a really good rechargeable batteries with them. You actually just make sure you bring the charging cord, and the light that they broadcast is just incredible. So a really good flashlight is key. Next, on my hunts, I always take a saw, just a little portable saw, and a pair of snips. You never know when you get set up and you find a nice spot to set up and do some calling your moose and things like that. And there's always branches around you that you just need a quick snip or a quick cut. Another thing that's in my bag is gloves. Gloves for cleaning the animals. especially moose. If you ever get working on their mouth and things like that, they got bacteria that can give you quite bad infections. So working when you're cleaning your animal, it's always nice to wear gloves. Something else that's key that I always in my backpack is paper towel or Kleenex. I always put paper towel and Kleenex in there. You just never know when you need it. Let's see what's next. Okay, here's my rain gear. So on every one of my moose hunts, I always take a packable set of rain gear. There's quite often provinces that I'm in where the weather can change every 10 minutes. So it is important to just have this and have packable stuff that packs up nice and small that you can throw in your backpack and away you go. Rope. This is something that I don't need too often on my hunts, but you just never know when you need it. So a nice small thing like this that can just fit in your backpack easily, it's nice to throw in there. Next is some scent killer. These animals have incredible noses, so it's really important to make sure you try to keep your scent down. So a bottle of this, it's easy to pack around with you. I don't take it into the field with me, but as I come out of the camp, as I come out of the lodge, spray myself down and away we go. All right. Okay, here's a couple knives that I have on me. So a nice fixed blade knife that works really well, but I always carry a pocket knife as well, a nice folding knife. And the other thing that I carry with me is something that I can sharpen my knives with. This is quick, easy thing to carry around. It's super light, but it works great. So it's a diamond sharpener that you give it some striking with it, and you'll always have a sharp blade when you're hunting. This is something that some people like, some people don't like. To me, I do like people calling with their mouth, but I've been on a lot of hunts where the guide or myself ends up getting a sore throat, so that this is a nice backup to have. And to be honest, as well, on those windy days, our voices don't get out there as far, so having something that gets really loud is important. So it just takes AA batteries, and it has a remote control, and it stays in my pack for whenever the situation is that I need one. Next is a pair of binoculars. These are a key element on hunts. Having a good pair of glasses is super important. These binoculars are 10 by 42s. Sometimes on some of the spots I go on that I can see even further, I'd rather take something with a little bit more power, but these work great for 90% of our hunts. This pair actually has a built-in rangefinder in it, so if yours do not have a rangefinder, then I highly suggest you bring a rangefinder as well. But I think that's it for that pocket. So another thing that I take with me is I always have a water bottle. Fill it up before you go out each day. A nice big one like this that holds over 1.5 liters. But if you do run out as the day goes on, sometimes I will pack with me a UV light. If you ever need a drink of water and you got to count on a stream, is a UV light or the straws that you can drink out of, but they are important as well. So this is the backpack that I'll take on most of my hunts right there. A nice light pack. It's got the straps to go around your waist. That's an important part of it. But that is the one that I will take on most of my guided hunts. My guided hunts, I'll take this backpack. But if it's a do-it-yourself, you're going to want a frame pack or a backpack that you're going to be able to put debone your meat into and put them in a backpack like that. That is something that's super important for a do-it-yourself. The reason I don't take it on my guided ones is because I more or less expect the guides to carry those and have them there. We can't carry too much gear with us on a plane and things like that, so that's usually for the guides. Another thing that I take with me on every one of my hunts is a first aid kit. Really important to have this, especially on do-it-yourself. On most guided ones, your outfitter should have something like this, but I'll even carry it with me myself. But first aid kit, you never know when you'll need that. This again is a toiletry bag with like toothbrushes, floss. Other things that I keep in this would be backup toothbrush, things like that, toothpaste in case somebody else in camp forgot them. But that is just a little toiletry bag that we take. So that's everything, folks. There's a lot of gear that goes on these moose hunts, but it's important to have all of this stuff that will help make you a successful moose hunter. So hopefully if you get out this fall, good luck and have fun.